So there's some other changes that have happened to spells in Test Realm that I wanted to go over, and some of them are pretty major changes. Like they'll change the way that people, PvE as well as PvP. Like it's gonna change both, and I want to go over all these because they focused on the 0 pip spells. So we'll be looking through all those. I'll start with my life, probably go to Storm, and then some other interesting ones that they changed. But just wanted to start the video off by saying thank you guys so much for all the support on my Test Realm videos so far. I'm glad you guys have enjoyed them, like especially the new spells video. Like you guys really liked looking at that, so I was happy to show off all those spells. If you missed that one, definitely go check it out. But yeah, I'm trying to post like 2 videos per day until I kind of run out, or I'm just waiting for whatever else they come out with. So just want to say thank you to everyone for all the support. So starting on my life here, I want to look at what they changed for the 0 pip spells for the life school. Life Blade is unfortunately nerfed to 35% now, and this is the same for Death, which had a 40 blade, Ice had a 40 blade, so all of those are now standardized to 35%, which means that any school that had a 30 blade, aka Storm, got buffed to 35. I actually think Storm was the only one with a 30 blade. I can understand why people would be upset with this because, this is the main blade that everyone uses. You use Sharpen, it goes up to 45, so not every school is just the same with that. But for like the grand scheme of the game and like how the devs want to kind of make the game more balanced overall, I can understand why they did this, because the real like differentiating factor between schools is going to be the spells, not the blades, not the traps. So I can understand why they did this. It makes sense. Unfortunately, some schools are going to have to get nerfed or buffed in order to allow for this. But yeah, blades are 35. They also changed up some of these other 0 pip spells, like Guiding Light is now 35%. So that's pretty substantial. Like that's a big healing blade. I feel like we might actually get some use out of this now. So Guiding Light is 35%. They didn't change Triage or any shields, I don't think. And Life Trap is 30. I'm not sure what it was before. Maybe it was 25. But yeah, a little increase there if it was 25, up to 30% for traps. And traps are all 30% now, except like Balance, I think. So all this applies to every school, except Balance is a little bit lower because theirs are universal. So that is a slight change. Minor Blessing got a little bit of an update. I think it was 65 originally, so almost doubled it up to 120. This is a really good change for Minor Blessing because I feel like it was just super weak. Now it's like only kind of weak, but it's 0 pip. So 0 pip free heal for 120. And if you have a lot of outgoing, this could actually be a pretty decent heal. So that got changed. All the spear spells got changed to plus 20% pierce. So Life Spear is now a plus 20. Same with every other school. This one's good because now these blades actually are a little more meaningful. And if you put this on somebody, 20% pierce is way better than 10. So they doubled that. The spears are now a lot better. They didn't change guidance. I wonder if they're going to, because that one's only plus 10 to everyone for 1 pip. Seems kind of weak now compared to the other ones. But yeah, those are the changes for life over here. So yeah, they focused on these 0 pip spells and, made all the blades the same, all the traps the same, and ended up nerfing some schools and buffing Storm, which is, I don't know, it's just kind of funny to me. So that's life. I want to switch over to my Storm and show you guys because there is some extra things that they changed on Storm that I want to show you. So on my Storm, we have some other changes. There's the Storm Spear, which is plus 20. Storm Trap, plus 30%. The Blade is now 35, which is a buff for Storm. Pretty crazy. I never thought we'd see this day where Storm got a 5% Blade increase. But here we are. So you could use that and basically get 2 45% blades if you have Sharpen, Dragoon Sharpen, and you can get another 45 blade for 0 pips. The TC blades available from the vendors are now plus 45. This I was really surprised by. So plus 45% from TC. That's crazy. I didn't expect them to do this, but this is what it is on Test Room right now. And you can basically get a lot of plus 45% blades on Storm. So blade stacking is now going to be no problem. Like, we're going to need less blades on Storm Wizards and, Fire Wizards, basically whatever school you're hitting on, in order to actually kill the enemies. Because this is a buff overall for a lot of people. So yeah, plus 45 there, 45 there, 45 Dragoon, and you got 345 blades. That'll probably do massive amounts of damage, depending on the spell. Lightning Strike, this one, I'm glad for the change, because the old Lightning Strike was only plus 10. Plus 10 is nothing for Storm. You only use this when you're starting out, and plus 10 on Thunder Snake would only be 80% accuracy. If you use the wand that they give you, I think that's like 5 to 10, so you still have a chance to fizzle. But now if you use this and you use the wand that they give you in the beginning of the game, I think you're at 100%. So that is a positive thing. Actually having Lightning Strike be useful early game, I like that a lot. So I'm on my Death here to show you guys some other spells that were changed. So for Death, Death Blade is 35%, a little bit of a nerf there. Death Trap 30. These ones are all the same. They didn't change Infection, but they did change Curse to be plus 30. So that's pretty good now. That got a buff. And then where is... there's Dark Pact. We already talked about that one. That one they revealed earlier they were going to change this. And honestly, Dark Pact giving 2 blades, we've already been using it against some of the key bosses, and it's a decent blade. You know, if you plan on hitting twice, then this blade is really good because you can go ahead and sharpen it, and you get plus 35%, you know, on 2 blades, 2 different hits. So it's not bad. But yeah, it still is a nerf compared to what it was before. But they also changed the Sacrifice spell. So Sacrifice they changed to 250 moon damage and then give 700. So this just prevents you from using up a Death Blade if you had that on yourself in order to take the damage. For balance, they did change some spells as well. Here's Weakness. They got Weakness changed to be 100% accuracy now, so you won't fizzle Weakness unless you have a debuff on you. And then Availing Hands also got a little bit of a buff, so you can heal more with that. Overall, a lot of buffs in here, but decent amount of nerfs. I mean, not as many nerfs as they did the last time they did a spell audit. So they're just trying to make it so that it's a level playing field for all of these schools. And if you're a Death or, you know, Ice, Life main, this kind of hurts because it does bring down your power with the blades. And, you know, this is a nerf for Death because that 40 blade, you know, sharpening it up to 50 allows you to heal back more on your drain spells. So this is a nerf for that, but I feel like it's just a necessary thing in order for the game to continue. They probably wish that this was how the blades were when the game came out. Just everything the same, and the only difference would be the actual spells themselves. What's funny is Fire is unchanged in this update because their blade was already plus 35, so the blade is the exact same. Just the Fire Trap got a little bit of an update to plus 30, but otherwise I think Fire is the exact same. They didn't change Smokescreen or anything like that. So Fire is looking the same as it was, which means that Storm is getting closer and closer to Fire's level of, you know, power and dealing the same amount of damage. I still think Fire gets the edge because these dots are just crazy and Storm can't compete with that, but Storm does have the edge in like an initial big hit, especially with those 45 blades. I wanted to point out here at the end before we finish this video that all of the bubbles have been standardized as well. So Balefrost has been nerfed down to 25%, and this is because they added the Circle of Thorns for life and Dead Zone for death. So if you missed that video where I talked about those, definitely go check out my new spells video. But they standardized these to all be 25%. Yes, yet another nerf to ice, but they just wanted these to all be the same. You know, every school gets a plus 25% damage bubble. And you can get these from your school teacher right there. So just wanted to point that out because that is another change that they did. So on my Fire here, Wildfire is plus 25%, and that's the same for every school. So that is another thing they're trying just to kind of even the playing field, which means some schools get buffs, some schools get nerfs. But going forward, this should kind of like all even out as they tweak spells still, and yeah, they continue to mess with stats and stuff like that. So that's going to do it for this video. Just wanted to show you guys some of the changes that they made so far for the spell audit. I think there's going to be more changes soon, so if they do that, then I'll go ahead and make another video if there's something major that happens. But let me know what you guys think of all this stuff in the comments. Leave a like on your way out if you enjoyed it. Check out my test run playlist if you missed any videos so far because it's all in there. And otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.